Hi there, everyone. My name's Ajay. I work for Nuaware. I help businesses select the best available tooling for their infrastructure as they move through the path of digital transformation. More specifically in the DevOps and cloud native space. Today, I just wanted to run through what the public cloud is and some of the business benefits of using the public cloud for most businesses. So first of all, the public cloud is a way for companies to manage their applications and data on remote servers. So that could be various data centers throughout the world, dependable on where you're based. That can be accessed over the internet, which is managed and maintained by a cloud service provider. Um, some you may have heard of already, like AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud. Um, there's also a private cloud. That would mean the servers are based on the site of where your business is located. That would need to be managed and maintained by your own IT internal staff as well. And yeah, you can always access as much computing power or storage as and when you need it from these cloud service providers. So some of the pros, it's very reliable. Obviously by sharing a large number of computing resources with other businesses, and if one goes down, it goes to another one. So they have those computing resources that if there are any sort of failures in the system, it would automatically move over to another server. Um, in turn, less server management. Your internal teams don't need to spend time managing servers as they do for like legacy on-premise data centers or even internal private clouds. Um, the cloud provider will be responsible for the maintenance and of the hardware and software and the networks in the cloud. So it allows you to run the infrastructure with minimal IT staff, thereby reducing the overall cost. Um, Location wise, I mean, no matter if you're abroad or at home, you can always access the cloud service, and it should perform sufficiently similar to the service that is local. Um, Security wise, I would say there's you some small and medium sized businesses may not have the resources to implement strong security measures, but by outsourcing some of the aspects to a cloud service provider of cybersecurity with more resources, that can become that could improve your overall security posture. Um, Cost saving wise, I mean, moving to the public cloud is a way for companies to cut down on their IT operations costs. So essentially, you're outsourcing these costs to a third party who can handle them more efficiently. And public clouds also typically cost less than private clouds because they're able to maximize the use of their hardware and profits by selling their services to multiple customers at once. So plus you don't need to pay for large upfront investments in hardware or overpay for the capacity you don't use. You only pay for the IT as you consume it. Yeah, it's made available on demand. So it's highly scalable. You can scale up and down according to your requirements. You can scale the resources up and down to grow and shrink the capacity instantly. And you can do that as and when your business needs change. Okay, so the cons. So security and compliance. I would say there's possible security risk and compliance issues. Some companies may not be able to store data within a shared infrastructure, no matter how secure it is, due to regulatory requirements. Additionally, security problems and corrupted data from one tenant could spread to other tenants on the same machine. I mean, these are extremely rare and they shouldn't occur if a reputable cloud provider has configured configured their infrastructure correctly, and these security risks are somewhat mitigated by the fact that the cloud vendors typically are able to invest more in their security than individual businesses can. But that's why tools like Prisma Cloud can help protect your applications and data, and then ensure compliance across public cloud environments. Vendor lock-in, I mean, that's always a concern with cloud technology. An organization that uses the cloud will save money and become more flexible, but can also end up reliant on the cloud vendor services and their storage and applications and technologies they provide in order to maintain their business operations. It can be, I would say, less customizable. I mean, than being on premise, because you are more reliant on the cloud vendors' services. But many vendors now offer high degrees of customization and capabilities throughout their common tool sets and data operating systems and development languages nowadays as well. So why are companies using the public cloud? I mean, for one, the healthcare companies, they can use the cloud to develop more personalized treatments for patients. That's by being able to get more kind of real-time information and data based upon a patient's history. From a financial point of view, and from a technology architecture perspective, a cloud-based ecosystem can enable users to build an application that detects in real time fraudulent customers based on their demographic or their information, or even their prior financial history. So multiple algorithms can help detect fraud, and the output is aggregate to improve the prediction accuracy. And games like Fortnite, they can go from one player to 1 million times more players on day two. So these type of games have been heavily reliant on cloud service providers. AWS has availability zones around the world, so that's designed to deliver web services that don't lag, and if one zone fails, another one can step in. So there's, I mean, the Netflix use case is an interesting one. They have to be successful and competitive. They need to have good content. They need to be able to provide a personalized experience. It needs to work on multiple devices, have great customer services and a easy to use interface as well. And I mean, as far as their journey goes, they had a data center corruption in 2008. So they migrated all their transcoding over to AWS 2009. Then as far as the streaming application, that migration happened in 2010. So late that year, they launched the iPhone streaming service out of the cloud, 100% out of the cloud. And they wanted to be experts at using the cloud, so they developed a number of tools to be better at doing that. They constantly have to test and verify the ability to survive in any kind of failure. That's why one of the reasons why they developed tools like Chaos Monkey, which is now evolved quite thoroughly into chaos engineering, which is something which companies use to test their systems. Use the Gremlin platform, which is a chaos engineering platform, to test their systems as they move over to the cloud, and they can catch configuration issues that may have brought down their site for hours, which can be very detrimental, not only to the name and brand, but also to cost of having your system down for a number of hours or even longer. And tools like can tools like chaos engineering you know can intentionally break things in production just to show how they can survive in those type of failures. And yeah, scalability for, so especially for streaming services like Netflix, that they've been growing tremendously over the last few years. It's really critical. It's important to be able to add thousands of servers and terabytes and storage at a minute's notice. So thank you for your time today. Those are some of the reasons why businesses are using the cloud, and how can see how that could be very beneficial in terms of cost, and just being able to scale up and down as and when you need it without having to purchase or maintain additional hardware. Thank you very much for your time today, and yeah, have a great day.